So we're just going to show now how easy it is to be able to keep the transfer from a seated position onto the cricket. My trusted assistant Richard with me. So bringing the cricket round, and as it comes up, obviously making sure that we can get between the legs of the chair and gradually encouraging your client to be able to put their feet onto the footprints and bringing the cricket in close but not too close to the knees. Always making sure that we put the brakes on before we start anything. I'm 5'6", so this is on the bottom setting, so you can see my knees are just about parallel to the knee pad. And so from this position I could be pushing up, depending on what your client's used to doing, or they might be pulling up, or it might be that I'm restricted and I can only use one side, so I can be hooking my arm and pulling around, but I don't need to achieve a full stand. Just this half stand. Richard then puts the seat underneath and I sit straight back down. And then once the client's seated, leaning forward gently to put the knee pads, back paddles to stop me from falling out. Release the brakes. And then gently pull away. And you can see from the side here, nicely seated, feet firmly planted, supported from behind, supported around. And as we go through doorways, making sure we keep our hands on the inside, not on the outside.
Pop them back.
Transition back out, gently coming up, removing the back paddles, flicking the seat over, and then sitting right back down. And because it's nice and narrow, I can get my bottom right to the back. I don't have to reposition. I'm now sitting back in the chair. So we're just going to show now doing the transfer from a wheelchair onto the cricket. Obviously I'm nicely seated here. I need to remove these foot plates out of the way. Okay, so bringing the cricket round now. Again, remembering that critical measurement between the wheels of the wheelchair, that 13 inches. Right in there, that's it, that's lovely. So at this point, I may need to move myself slightly forward so I get myself into a good position to initiate that stand. But again, that setting's nice. I'm not leaning back, I'm not leaning forward, my feet aren't dangling, they're firmly planted. And at this point here, I can be pushing up or I could be pulling up. And it's more like at this point, I'm going to probably pull myself up. Again, I only need to achieve a half stand. And then I sit straight back down and I'm effectively, it feels just like I'm sitting on the wheelchair, but I'm not. I'm actually on the seat, but I still have the reassurance of the wheelchair around me. Again, make sure then that we put these back paddles in, just in case you get any involuntary movement. And here I am secured on the cricket, brakes off, and then we pull out. So here we are coming back. The wheels on the cricket are a little bit like a shopping trolley. You just need to centre them. But the narrow wheels at the back, pushing straight in through to the wheelchair. You may need to just slightly raise the bottom just as you're raising to come back onto the wheelchair. Pushing all the way back in so I don't have to adjust my position. Again, bringing myself to a slight upright position. Paddles out, seat over, and then literally sitting back right into the back of the chair. And then obviously we need to, I wouldn't want to have my feet dangling. We put the foot plates back on.